Blue Hedgehog Man versus Graff, round 6. This is our finals.
They're starting with their chains. The Bluehedgehogman cuts it a little bit short. Trying to give Graff a little bit of an advantage. Bluehedgehogman decides to wait for that second garbage to drop, which is respectable, but now he has to play a little bit smarter to for this, these yellows to line up. There it is.
And now Graff's got all the time in the world to try to just do these little harassments that you see building up right now. So Blue's going to be on the defensive for a while. It looks like he's going to be pretty comfortable with finding clears. And I will say Blue's probably not the second best person that's in this group, as he's lost a couple extra matches besides this one, as we saw to Vice. But he's pretty technically skilled as well. He's got a pretty solid cursor speed movement for his gold ranking.
Third tier, but still has that. Okay, lines up the greens, gets the clear, but now has a lot of panels. Needs to get rid of some of these panels, otherwise that's probably gonna be a little bit dangerous for him. Manages to down stack. Now has to lower up that second tower. And yes, the reds, there you go. That was pretty close actually. He had a 6 health there. But oh no, I'm not sure if that wasn't a very wise decision, because he was on 6 health. So didn't even let the garbage drop to get that health refresh. Probably just banking on getting to that 4 clear with the yellows in time, but doesn't get it. I mean, sometimes you just think you have time, but you just gotta keep in mind the fact that you have to let the garbage drop in order for your health to kind of regenerate. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up with little time. Maybe he just probably thought he wasn't as low on health as we saw him have, because it's not an unusual thing for you to look at your health, because it's not something the original games tell you. So maybe kind of an issue on that end, not really paying attention to how much health you have.
Yeah, it's hard to do, especially since it's really only something you would pay attention to at a lower level, like playing on level 6, because obviously when you're playing on level 10, there's no reason to pay attention to your health, because once it takes down, you're dead.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Kind of a 4 skill situation there. No immediate clears. And that's it, man. Graff taking another one.
It was unfortunate there a little bit of that last game, because Blue had the potential to drag out for a lot of it. I believe he started with an 8 or a 9 chain at the very beginning, so it was huge pressure there on Graff. But Graff has just been consistent overall, whether it's a big chain at the beginning or just these consistent follow-ups. That's what's netted him a win in mostly every single match.
Kind of falls into that line where you think too much about your offense, and because of that, you don't set up your defense properly.
Alright, so Blue's going to be in the defensive yet again here. He's going to have a lot of panels to work with, so if he takes his time, he might be able to find a pretty good chain here. He gets a 4, that's going to do something here at the beginning, and he'll find this 3 chain as well. But look, Graff is just taking all this time to keep racking on these big chains, and yeah, this is going to be tough for Blue to try to dig himself out of
Troubling
this hole.
situation. Have a lot of panels. Oh, lucky alignment of the Blues. Now he's going to buffer a little something to get this nice clear. Oh, he's seeing the yellows. Okay, but the shot garbage managed to get through it safely though. Yeah, man, there it is, the shot garbage, not something you see very often. I mean, usually it's a statement too, because it means that the other player has been able to you know, just get along with the players just so much that he's able to you know, get a lot of panels to eventually get some shock blocks.
It looks like that's maybe a little bit of the motivation Blue needed. A lot of his follow-ups have been really good now. I've seen a couple chains that have eclipsed over at least like the 7 mark, and he's got another nice one going right now.
Yeah, so, I can see. Yeah, there's definitely a shift in momentum here. As Bluehedgehogman now is not topped off because Graff is deciding to extend this chain. In the meantime, Bluehedgehogman is just going to keep sending this pressure. But now Graff finishes off the chain, and Hedgehogman is topped off now, but Graff is also topped off, which is important. Because now it's going to make this a lot more interesting. Really, it's gonna, both players are in a dangerous spot, you know.
Yeah, this is definitely
Graff
going to
now,
be the endurance battle, but with the big garbage blocks that are on both players' screens, they are going to have a little bit of lenience with that shake time that's going to occur. I love this loop that you see players get in when they both have sent like a gigantic garbage block. Because eventually, a lot of the times they just like keep trading that same big garbage block over and over.
Yeah.
And you just see these stall battles.
It kind of reminds me of speedrunning this game.
Just without the massive amounts of lag, thank God.
It's just speedrunning, but the players are trolling each other.
So yeah, we are at the, what is this, 4-minute mark right now? These guys are not giving an inch to either player, but Graff might be in some trouble now. Oh no!
What a time to have a misswap, man. Wow. That's really unfortunate.
And that'll
I mean, it was just a
you.
matter of down stacking and getting a clear with the reds. I mean, would have been just fine.
You put enough pressure on someone, I guess they'll crack eventually, and that's what happened to Graff there. It's gonna finally put Blue on the board here, and after that 4-minute endurance match, as you guessed, they're gonna move up to level 7 finally now. So we're gonna be seeing a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's gonna be a little bit harder here for each player to survive, basically. Just that tiniest bit, and which 6 to 7 isn't too big of a jump. Really, the only thing it changes is that the health gets cut down to 30 from 40. But that can make a difference, because I definitely seen a lot of the times where these guys have had like that less than 10 health region, and that won't fly on this next level.
And man, what I'm already seeing is the fallout from that very intense 4-minute match. Bluehedgehogman probably feeling like really relieved that he managed to win that one, so he's gotta feel good about himself. And it shows because he's able to send a lot more pressure than Graff. Graff probably a little bit exhausted from that long match that he just had. So yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be harder.
Ooh, Blue was in a scary position there. He manages to get that clear, and he's gonna have a lot more panels to work with now, and he's not in danger of being topped off yet. So that was scary though.
So now both players now topped off, but change very soon. Yeah, that was kind of close, but managed to get the clear. Okay. Hedgehogman has to buffer a bunch of things. Oh, and he managed to live enough. Meanwhile, Graff just succumbs to the pressure.
Yeah, he had like a lot of clears to stall out his time there, and he eventually had to just go for some stack lowering, and
Hmm.
it just wasn't enough there at the end. So it's a tie ball game now. Blue looking to maybe play spoiler, and who knows with tiebreakers, he could maybe even end up winning this. We'll see how it turns out at the end. But we are heading into game 5.
Also, I just wanted to point out, maybe I don't know if it's an issue on my end, but I'm noticing the Twitch chat is a little bit quiet right now. Whoever's watching, uh, if you want to say hello, don't be shy. We don't bite.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly.
We love the chatter and we'll answer any questions because especially with
Yeah,
a game
yeah.
like this, it can be confusing from time to time. Luckily, we have a lot of the stats to show you in the middle. I know trying to explain stop time and Tetris attack when people are like, what is this timer that you're talking about? I don't see it anywhere on the screen.
Yeah. I mean, I like the fact that I like the fact that panel attack actually goes really in depth with the stats that it shows. You know, it's not something you see in the original games. Oh, the Blue Hedgehog man kind of found himself in a tough spot. Had to go through a lot of buffering and clearing to get to a clear for the garbage, but you know, didn't get any combos. He was just fighting his own stop time there, you know, chipping away his health. So he's going to end up losing that to Graff, and Graff now on set point to possibly this is the first place match, right?
Yeah, it is. Graff looking to finish 6-0 in his very first tournament in a biweekly, so this would be good for him. Probably a promotion.
Okay, but Blue Hedgehog man, wow, he just wakes up, man, sending a times 10.
That's what
right
I
off
like to
the bat.
see, man. Yeah, if Graff manages to win this, I could definitely see him playing in the Expert League for the next biweekly.
Yeah, that for sure, man.
So Peter, I heard you like sitting through some garbage clearing. Is that correct? So yeah, that was pretty big though there for Blue at the beginning with that huge chain, because that's what's given him a lot of his game wins right now. With the plenty of time to keep sending on more pressure, gets this very nice chain at the end. He better hope he's not topped off. He wasn't even close to it though.
Yeah, but I could, yeah, and he gets topped out right after. But I can definitely. This is actually the pressure that Blue Hedgehog sent to Graff is pretty optimal. Had a lot of combos in between, so probably a bunch of complicated clears right here after this next batch drops, but maybe he's fine. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see like a whole bunch of combo garbage dropping right away, but does get the clear. Wastes a lot of panels in the process though. It's going to be in a little bit of a tough spot because of that, but luckily a lot of panels are gonna come now because of that second tier. So let's see what he makes out of it. Ends up sending on a bunch of pressure back, but yeah, you can see Blue Hedgehog man not topped off. Yeah, Blue Hedgehog man definitely in the in a favorable position in this match. He's bringing the aggression up a notch. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous, but let's get clear. And now he has the down stack. Does get the reds, nice. Meantime, Graff, had that second tier. Very nice.
That was one of the most beautiful second tiers I've ever seen, with 2 different clears to bail him out if needed. Well, yeah, Blue's just been keeping on this pressure.
He's opting to lower his pressure a little bit. You know, opting in the smaller chain and combos, trying to maybe you know, catch Graff off guard. But Graff's managing to get through these clears, you know, fairly easily. And because he's been sending, because Bluehedgehogman has been sending smaller pressure, that's eventually going to lead in a bit of a. Oh, luckily it doesn't lead into a reversal of the aggressor role there, because eventually you can't really output as much small pressure when your opponent isn't topped out. But fortunately for him, Graff eventually succumbs to that small pressure that he's been sending these last seconds. So tying it up now is going to be a Game 7 situation here for these finals. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, this should be good, man. First place on the line right now, and an undefeated record possibly. Graff looking to bounce back after, did he lose 2 straight? It might have just been 1. I think they were tied at 2-2.
Oh, big chains coming to both players. Yeah, but doesn't pop each other out, but still, quite a statement. Let's see what they make out of it now. Still kind of low. Still kind of low aggro. Both players still haven't managed to get something significant yet, and that's something that actually that kind of happens when you don't start all out on the first seconds of the match. Usually, you have both players focusing on getting rid of the garbage instead of, you know, sending pressure to the opponent, and because of that, you mostly see low pressure, low aggression from both players. But now Bluehedgehogman is topped out. This is dangerous. Does get the clear. Buffers a little clear with the reds. He's probably seeing the greens there. Oh, Dex. Okay, he does have the blues, but that was dangerous, man. He probably would have been better off just clear the greens right then and there instead of down stack. Probably, but that was probably an autopilot decision. Oh, nice! Aligned the greens just the right way to get that next clear. And he's going to be dealing with this garbage now with, well, relative ease. Alright, opting to extend that chain. Now cuts it off, and alright, let's see. Bluehedgehogman has to get to this clear, otherwise it's gonna be all for nothing. There it is.
Yeah, that was pretty crucial for Blue there, because he was struggling at the whole beginning of that match as Graff was like evening out his garbage.
Okay, Bluehedgehogman. Oh no, it's the down stack. There it is. Lines the blues. Yeah, that was a little bit worse on there because probably wasting a little bit too much time with the clears, and the panels fell in kind of an awkward manner. He didn't have an exact clear right away. Now he's going to opt for a little extension. Does have the greens.
Well, this is a scary spot coming up. Look at these 2 shock blocks that are going to be in between, and he doesn't have a lot of panels to work
for sure.
with. Oh, he's got to get the blues.
Oh, he gets them.
Oh,
Oh,
against the Reds as well. He's got to survive one more here. He's doing a bunch of clears, but he gets to the
oh,
greens.
nice! What a lifesaver! Wow.
Man, Blue is showing us you can just survive, dude. You can maybe eventually win this match, but Graff is still not topped off. We're pretty far into this match right now.
Okay, yeah, he's luckily has some second tier there.
Oh,
no!
no! That's not a good way to lose there. He had the clear. He took the time to initially line it up too, and then when he went
Yeah,
back up to swap it, he was just one column off and didn't get it.
man. What a way to end it. Because you saw that he made that mistake, you know. He ended up doing a clear in the second tier, and that only caught the upper part of the garbage and not the lower one, because the lower one was still clearing. So yeah, he decides to wait, but waits a little bit too much, and probably, you know, panics a little bit because of that. Man, what an unfortunate way to lose that one.
Yeah,
He
but
had he had all the lucky breaks too, man. Getting the getting panels lined up with so little panels to work with, man. On these last clears he did. But I mean, yeah, that was a very good match. Good stuff to both players. That's all I can say.
yeah, for sure. Graff was just relentless in the end. He did not want to lose a single game that entire time. He becomes victorious in this intermediate division, going 6-0, man. What a premiere for him. He had some close ones here and there, but he got the job done, and he had a lot of challengers along the way that threatened him. I think he like beat almost every single person that was like 1, 2, or 3 wins away from him. And actually, who ended up finishing second was a Nekuigi PG, who played Graff, I believe it was second round, lost. It tied with Flu first round, lost the second round, and must have won the next 4 matches after that. So that was a really strong end for him. And then we had Vice finishing at third, 4-2. We got Val finishing at 4-2 as well, and a slew of people at 3-3 and lower. But yeah, that was a pretty good showing by everyone overall. We had so many game sevens throughout there, most of them by Vice, but still, there's a lot of close matches to be had.
For sure, what you want to see in these tournaments. Close, exciting sets.